We're joined by our special correspondent. Welcome to the team, Caitlin Clark. Yes.
First time welcome. In MSG for a Knicks game, so it's pretty cool.
I know, it's our first Knicks game, first time feeling the atmosphere. We got to get you to play on this court one day.
We have to talk to Adam about that.
Can we make it mellow? Honestly, if there's someone
Even if it's a preseason game, we got to get it done. I don't think the Liberty will want to move a game over here, but we'll play anybody. It'll be fun.
Yeah. How could you describe maybe the atmosphere your first time in it?
Well, I think as a player, like, this is kind of when you feel the atmosphere the most, is when you're out on the court warming up. So, I mean, there's just a different type of buzz. And obviously when LeBron comes to town, it's probably really different. But, you know, Knicks fans are crazy, and I love it. I love people that are passionate about basketball. So
Cathy Engelbert just watched her biggest fear come to life as Caitlin Clark inked a massive NBC analyst deal that completely avoids WNBA oversight. Insiders report the commissioner spiraled, making aggressive calls to Clark's representatives and allegedly branding her a traitor in private. While the WNBA is currently paralyzed by labor disputes and looming strikes, their premier superstar just locked in generational wealth to cover men's basketball instead. Is Caitlin Clark's move to NBC a masterstroke of business, or is she turning her back on the WNBA in its hour of need? Share your real thoughts in the comments.
Knicks taking center stage here for the 302nd overall meeting, and for the first time ever, we've got basketball night in America, the first Sunday in February, and we're joined by our special correspondent. Welcome to the team, Caitlin Clark. Yes.
First time
welcome.
In MSG for a Knicks game, so it's pretty cool.
I know, it's our first Knicks game, first time feeling the atmosphere. We got to get you to play on this court one day.
We have to talk to Adam about that.
Can we make it mellow? Honestly, if there's someone
Even if it's a preseason game, we got to get it done. I don't think the Liberty will want to move a game over here, but we'll play anybody. It'll be fun.
Yeah. How could you describe maybe the atmosphere your first time in it?
Well, I think as a player, like, this is kind of when you feel the atmosphere the most, is when you're out on the court warming up. So, I mean, there's just a different type of buzz. And obviously when LeBron comes to town, it's probably really different. But, you know, Knicks fans are crazy, and I love it. I love people that are passionate about basketball. So
let's break down the timeline, because the sequence of events currently unfolding is absolutely devastating for the WNBA. The league is trapped in the most severe labor crisis of its existence. While the previous agreement technically lapsed, we are now in a status quo period after multiple failed extensions in late 2025 and early January 2026. The stakes? Players are openly discussing a strike for the 2026 season if their demands for significant salary hikes, elite travel standards, and a fair revenue split aren't met. Negotiations have hit a wall, with both the league and the union dug into their respective bunkers. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert is in a high-stakes balancing act, trying to appease vocal, frustrated players while calming sponsors and owners who fear the financial fallout of a canceled season. With expansion teams in Portland and Toronto waiting in the wings and the 2026 schedule already released under a cloud of uncertainty, the league's entire infrastructure is on the brink. This isn't just a dispute, it's a fight for the WNBA's very survival.
From the start of the 2026 season, but the WNBA and the Players Association are still negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement, with the latest meeting actually scheduled for tomorrow. You can take a look at last year's off-season calendar. The league is already behind schedule, no expansion draft yet for the two new franchises in Portland and Toronto. And ahead of last season, the Golden State Valkyries expansion draft, you can see it took place in December of 2026, and they're scheduled to tip off May 8th. Caitlin, I'm just curious, because you said that this moment right now is one of the biggest moments the WNBA has ever seen. Looking forward into the future, what would you like to see happen as you come to a negotiation?
Well, honestly, I don't think it's just a big moment for the WNBA. I think all of women's sports, I think this is one of the biggest moments we've ever had. So, you know, I feel very confident that we're going to get something.
In the heart of this total turmoil, Caitlin Clark dropped a bombshell. She signed with NBC to join an elite analyst desk alongside legends like Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. She isn't just a guest. She's breaking down NBA action on Basketball Night in America, NBC's premier hoops program built to go head-to-head with ESPN. Her role even stretches into the LA Olympics coverage, embedding her directly into the center of NBC's massive sports empire. For Cathy Engelbert, the timing is a nightmare. While the commissioner is pleading for player unity during these brutal labor talks, her biggest superstar just proved she has a massive future that doesn't require the WNBA at all. As Engelbert tries to sell sponsors on the league's stability, Caitlin is demonstrating that her brand isn't just for women's basketball, it's universal.
Because of the product we put on the floor, so we need to be able to continue to do that. And I know everybody's working really hard. There's a meeting tomorrow that's super important, and I truly do believe we're going to get something done here in the next couple of weeks. But like you said, I mean, there's a lot of boxes that we still need to check. We've added two new teams. I mean, there's going to be more players than ever, and then we have to get into free agency, then have a normal draft as well. So there's a lot of things left to do, but I really do feel confident that both.
Inside WNBA headquarters, sources are describing the atmosphere with one word: meltdown. There are reports of heated confrontations, frantic phone calls, and a specific label being hurled behind closed doors: traitor. Allegedly, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert made a sharp, hostile call to Caitlin's representatives as soon as the NBC news broke, with the conversation described as both furious and accusatory. The commissioner reportedly feels that Caitlin is undermining the league's leverage, distracting from high-stakes labor talks, and deserting her peers during their most significant struggle. The sentiment from the front office seems to be that Caitlin owes the WNBA her absolute loyalty and should be concentrating on the union's battle rather than expanding her own media empire. To many, this stance seems disconnected from reality. After all, what has the league actually done to earn that kind of exclusive devotion from Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark, I'm curious though, because one of the things he said was like, I'm thinking in my mind, let's keep them quiet. Have you gone into a big game with literally that on your mind, like walking into the arena?
Well, I feel fortunate enough. A lot of the arenas we go into, a lot of people are cheering for our team, which is pretty nice.
Snap.
But there are some road games. I think even the Liberty fans, San Francisco, the Valkyries have a great crowd. Like, you want to take them out of it right away. You want to make them call the first time out. I think that's kind of what we always talk about, but that's what makes it fun. And I like what he said. If you're a star, like, these are the games you show up for. And that's really true. Like, these are the games that just mean a little bit more, like MSG on a Sunday night. Like, that's what you get.
Cast your mind back to Caitlin's 2024 rookie year. She was physically battered on the court night after night, facing hip checks, elbows, and blatant attempts to injure her. For the most part, the officials looked the other way, and the league office stayed silent. Engelbert never stepped up to denounce the aggression or call for stricter officiating. Caitlin was essentially left to navigate a gauntlet of physical intimidation entirely on her own. On top of that, there was a relentless media narrative fueled by veteran players who dismissed her as just hype and complained about her spotlight. Rather than protecting the league's most valuable asset and shutting down the noise, Engelbert remained passive. She allowed the overrated narrative to grow unchecked. Then came the Olympic snub, arguably the most shocking failure of all. Despite being the most famous basketball player in the country, the selection committee left her off the Paris roster, offering thin excuses about chemistry and experience, while ignoring the unprecedented global interest she would have brought to the games.